Good evening. Good evening. It's very nice to be with you again, isn't it, Ronnie?
Lovely, lovely. We've got some very interesting people on the show tonight. We've got Chas Chase, The New World, Tina Charles. We had hoped to have a team of Eskimo dancers on the show, but at the last moment they got cold feet.
We'll be interviewing the only remaining handsome cab driver in London and asking why are all the others so ugly.
And we shall be speaking to a man who's lived for 60 years on nothing but carrots and oysters. The carrots give him the ability to see in the dark, and the oysters give him the ability.
We must apologise for a fault in today's farming programme, Compost for Beginners. Vision and sound both failed, and the programme continued in smell only.
And now, some news of programme changes. Due to the party political broadcast, last week's edition of This Week will be repeated tonight, replacing tonight's edition of Today, which was shown yesterday. This means that tonight, Tomorrow's World will be shown in place of all our yesterdays, the 9 o'clock news will be at 11:15, and the midnight movie High Noon is replaced by Breakfast at Tiffany's. And the morning story will be read by Robin Day later in the afternoon, just after a book at bedtime. If any of you find this at all confusing, please write to the BBC, and we will forward an informative pamphlet entitled How to Knit.
Thieves broke into the National Fish Museum today and stole 17 stuffed trout and a chub. Police arrested a man 4'2" tall, but threw him back as he was too small. A man who got away was said to be 23 feet tall and weighing 726 pounds.
Now it's time once again to consider the state of the party.
First time making second time to his hat off. I say, haven't finished. Let me get another drink. Thank you very much. Hello, dear. How are you? Enjoying yourself? Yes, you have.
Very nice, sir. It's a very nice party.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
I wonder if I might use your bathroom.
Yes, certainly. Yes. It's up the stairs, first on the right and the last on the left.
Thank you very much.
I say, it's a funny time to be having a bath, isn't it? Would you prefer a drink?
No, I'm not going to have a bath. I just...
I see. Well, there's nothing else much you can do in there. There's just a bath in there, you know.
Just a bath?
Yes.
No other things?
No.
Oh. Only I rather wanted to, see a man about a dog.
Well, old Griffith over there, he's a vet.
No, not a real dog.
Oh, I see.
No, I just wanted to sort of, wash my hands and generally, go upstairs.
Oh, well, there's no need to go upstairs. You can wash them in the kitchen, no doubt.
No, I hardly think that would be right, surely. I wanted to use the smallest room.
Yes, well, that would be Camilla's bedroom, but she's asleep at the moment. There is a little brush cupboard under the stairs, if you like.
No, you don't seem to understand what I mean, If I said I wanted to inspect the plumbing, would you understand what I mean?
Yes?
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to inspect the plumbing.
But you'd get filthy out of it.
No, you don't. I'm going to be absolutely frank with you. I want to do ones.
Ones?
Yes, ones.
Ones what?
What do you mean, ones what? Ones. Ones number ones. I want to do number ones. I want to be excused. I want to spend a penny. I want to go to the lavatory.
Oh,
yes, I want to go to the lavatory.
Well, why didn't you say so? Julia, Robert wants to go and sit on the donut in Granny's greenhouse.
The honey wind blows and the warm days dwindle. The butterfly spins a silk cocoon on a silvery spindle. The petals fall from the last red rose, the last red rose, and the honey wind blows. The petals fall and the summer goes, the summer goes, and the honey wind blows. And now it seems that the world and I have grown just that little bit older. I sit alone and the summer cold, and the honey wind blows.
The honey wind blows and the days grow colder,
and somehow the world and I have grown just that little bit older. I sit alone where the fire glows and the honey wind blows. I sit alone and the good Lord knows I love you so. When the honey wind blows.
Lovely. Thank you very much. I hope you don't mind, a little wave to my family. Only this morning we had a very big argument with the kiddies about staying up late to watch Daddy. They wanted to go to bed. I know my wife will be watching, if only to check on where I get to on Saturday nights. I don't know why they lock these pianos, Something about ivory poachers. Here's the key, under the mat. Open it up. There we are. Lovely. Goodness me. By the look of these keys, the elephant must have smoked himself to death. Oh, dear. Oh, the sound can't get out. Wait a minute. Needs a tune as well. That was supposed to be Tea for Two. Actually, why I wanted the piano here tonight was not so much to play it, although a quick arpeggio never hurt anyone. But have you ever thought that if Logie Baird hadn't invented television, we could all be out enjoying ourselves? I could actually be sitting here all night, I may have to. I've got one foot caught under the pedals. I was going to relate an incident years ago when I played the piano in a public house. I did, honestly, It's incredible, really, isn't it, when you see me sitting here in a Harley Street sweater and alligator socks? And it's not easy getting the socks off an alligator. Yes, I used to play the piano in a pub, just sort of background music. I used to get 30 bob off the publican just to sit at the piano for a couple of hours, or 2 quid off the customers to sit somewhere else. Not much money by today's standards. Wasn't a hell of a lot then, either. But they were hard times, very hard times. I used to lie awake at nights, making plans to ambush meals on wheels. And I remember I broke my glasses. Broke the glasses, the lens was completely smashed, and I couldn't afford to replace it, so I had it boarded up. I was 2 years squinting through a knothole. Now, you've got to believe all this, or what is coming will seem ridiculous. So anyway, this particular night, just before closing time, it was a Saturday, and all the customers were singing away. They were singing Verdi's Requiem Mass. That's how I remember it was a Saturday. God, they were a wild bunch. And I was playing. And suddenly, this man shouted out, "That piano playing is terrible," he said. "I've got an old cat at home that can play better than that." Well, it all went quiet. Not as quiet as this, but quiet. And my mother, who had been sitting quietly in the corner, taking the back off a fruit machine, jumped to her foot. Did I tell you she had a wooden leg? Jumped to her foot. I knew it was her. I could see her through the knothole. She said, "Sir, what's your name?" "McHugh," said he. McHugh. He was Irish by extraction. He once had a tooth out in Dublin. She said, "Sir, are you out of your mind, or have you been drinking the bitter?" He said, "I'll show you." So he goes out, he comes back with this old moggy cat. The cat jumps on the piano stool, and the man puts a piece of music on the stand, and he said to the publican, "Now, this is a little bit he wrote himself. Just listen to this." And the cat sat there and started to play. Now, wasn't a brilliant pianist. I'm not going to pretend it was for a minute. Quite a nice touch, but couldn't quite reach the pedals of the back leg. Anyway, finished the piece, and the publican said, "Do you mean to tell me that old cat wrote that music?" He said, "That's marvellous," he said. "Why don't you get it orchestrated?" Well, the cat jumped off that stool and was out of the door in no time.
You may recall, dear patient reader, how in the previous chapter I related my adventures in the Crimean War. After the garrison had been evacuated, I had attempted to return to England, but sad to say, had not sufficient money to complete my journey, and had arrived in Paris penniless. But fate was once again to place its gentle finger upon me, in the person of a well-known painter, one Toulouse-Lautrec.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Good day, sir.
May I join you?
Oh, I would indeed be honoured.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much. You're very kind. Pierre, some coffee, please.
Oui, monsieur.
Angelique. Even you have your uses.
Are you not Monsieur Lautrec? I trust you do not object to my forwardness.
No, I am just looking at it. It is very beautiful, my dear. I am indeed, as you say, Toulouse-Lautrec. And you very well might be the girl I've been searching for all these years. I wonder, my dear, if you could lend me 100 francs. Only I appear to be rather short this week.
You appear to be rather short every week. You haven't paid the rent for 3 months.
Rent for that flea-ridden attic? Le corbeau mettre un corbeau sur un arbre, percuter le ton d'un paquet de suffrage, mettre qu'on râle sa barre, le dargaler, chez lui, un paquet de langage.
Oh là là là, d'où monsieur me à l'aise? Je veux en voir de les parents. Ne t'es pas l'entendre, il est l'église.
Oh, y'a la cigale, on chante tout, c'est tout à fort, c'est bouffeux.
Ballon.
Fortunately, I did not understand the language. But the argument soon blew over, and Monsieur Lautrec began again to persuade me to model for him. And thus it was that an hour later, I found myself accompanying him to his studio above the cafe. Where do you want me, Monsieur Lautrec?
Let me...
What's happened to your beard?
I've taken it off. Entwistle, British intelligence. Not a word, my dear, we might be overheard. Sufficient to say that I'm searching for some secret papers, and I have every reason to believe that Pierre, the cafe proprietor, has them. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm looking for a British girl, preferably British, who can pose as my model. Do you understand? Yes. And share with me my dirty, mucky secret.
Oh, what secret?
The fact that I can't paint for toffee.
How do you manage to keep up the pretense of being a great painter?
Well, it's rather a clever device, my dear, thought up by British intelligence. The paintings are drawn out back at HQ, and I fill in the colours according to a code. Each colour has a number. I'm sorry. Quick! He mustn't see you with your clothes on, dear. It'll look suspicious. Take them off.
But there isn't time.
Go behind the screen, my dear. Come in, mon cher. Come in.
Don't forget your beard.
Well, Oh, there you are, monsieur. Are you just going out?
No, I've just come back in. Yes.
Oh, I've brought some supper for your little girl also. Where is she?
As a matter of fact, she is undressing behind the screen.
Oh, mademoiselle, supper is here. Make haste, or your noodles will get cold.
Yeah, I insist you leave us alone.
Oh, very well, monsieur. I will leave you with your little bedmate.
She is not my bedmate, Pierre.
She will have to be. There is only one bed.
So I sleep on the floor.
I myself would find that very hard.
Oh, I could sleep on a clothesline.
Oh, that's a good idea. You could hang yourself up on your little hook.
And so began my new career as a model for British intelligence. It seemed to be one long round of dressing and undressing. It was hard work, but it certainly achieved results. After 3 weeks, Mr. Entwistle's technique had improved enormously. But Pierre had begun to press his intentions upon me, especially when Mr. Entwistle was not present. And on one occasion, completely overstepped the bounds of gentlemanly conduct. This was too much for Mr. Entwistle. His honour was at stake. The duel was arranged for the following morning at 8 o'clock. That was the last I was to see of Mr. Entwistle. The old gentleman recovered from his blow on the head, and he drove me back to his country house. He suggested that I stay for a bit, but I declined. I had already resolved to set my sights once more on dear old England. And so, the kind gentleman dispatched me forthwith to Dover, with an introduction to a wealthy friend of his, who was in need of a housekeeper for his seat in the country. What a feeling of dread suddenly overcame me. What sort of house had I come to?
You there, fellow?
What manner of man was I to encounter within these gloomy walls?
Welcome to Doomsday Hall, Monkey.
Winter froze the river, and winter birds don't sing. So winter makes a shiver. So time is gonna bring you spring. You've been running
Next. Ah, good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Thompson, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Well, Mr. Thompson, you see, the trouble is this. It's this blessed pain in my leg here, you see. I've been getting these terrible throbbing pains just in my knee here like this. I mean, I was all right on the Saturday night, but I did a bit of digging on the Sunday, and I just can't walk about at all now, you see.
No, well, I've come to see you.
Oh, I know, and I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Especially with all this flu going about at the moment. You must be awfully busy.
No, I've come to see you about my arm.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, I see. You came to see me about your arm.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, yes. Well, why me?
Well, because... I came to see you because you're a doctor.
Oh, I'm the doctor?
Yes.
Oh, I see, I'm the doctor.
Yes.
Oh, I'm the doctor, am I? Oh, I see. I am the doctor. I am the doctor. Good morning, doctor. Oh, yes, I see what you mean, yes. I must be the doctor. Hello, doctor here. Yes, it sounds very good. Yes. Hello, nurse.
Yes, Doctor?
Oh, yes, you're quite right. I'm the doctor. Oh, yes. No question of it. Now, which part of Spain did you want to go to?
No, I've come to see...
The lower half of Spain's awfully nice at this time of year. A bit crowded, but I'll see what I can do. Nurse, would you bring in the Torremolinos Sunshine holiday brochures, please?
You're a doctor.
Oh, we're not arranging people's holiday bookings at the moment.
No.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. No, we can't accept any more holiday bookings just at the minute.
No, I didn't come to see you about holiday bookings.
Ah, theatre bookings, was it? I can help you there.
No. And I come to see you about my arm, you see. I am a patient. You're a doctor.
Oh, I am the doctor. Yes. Oh, yes, I'll have to write that down in large letters. Yes, D-O-C-K-T-E-R, doctor. Yes, oh, yes. Yes, I see now. Yes, I've got it. Right, what can I do for you, doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Oh, you're not a doctor?
No.
Oh, dear, well, we're wasting each other's time here. I think I'll be off then.
No, I'm the chartered surveyor.
Oh, you're the chartered surveyor. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Right.
And
What have you
last week I broke my arm.
Broke your arm, yes.
It has been set in plaster.
Set in plaster.
But I think it's getting worse.
Think it's getting worse.
Causing me more pain.
Causing me more pain.
And I can't sleep at night.
And you can't sleep at night.
What should I do?
Well, I think you should see a doctor. Don't break it, you'll break it. Just sit there a minute. I'll be with you in a minute. I've got a couple of... now, where are we? Oh, how is it, Mr. Jenkinson?
They're a bit tight, I think, Doctor.
Oh, are they right? I'll just a minute. I've got something else in here. I'll have a look for you. Oh, yes. Try a pair of these. Try a pair of those. I think they're a bit more expensive, but they're awfully smart. Good night to you. That's it. Now then, who's next?
Me.
Oh, you, yes. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, this arm is getting increasingly more painful.
All right, well, yes, come over here. Just lie down on the couch, take off your coat, and I'll have a look at your trousers for you. That's it.
Half a pound of jelly babies, please,
Oh,
Doctor.
I'm afraid we're out of jelly babies, Mrs. B. We've only got mint humbugs at the minute.
Oh,
These are fine,
dear.
Doctor. I'll have them.
Oh, right. I think you'll be satisfied with those, Mr. Jenkinson. That'll be, oh, I've made another pair there, if you'd like. Yeah, it's more like it. That's a decent piece of paper. Put them down there. That'll be £8.50.
£8.50.
Yes,
Doctor.
£8.50, as we used to say.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Thank you very much. I'll just stick a bit of that on there. The bandage. There we go. I don't think you can go far wrong in those. You'll have a go if you like. I mean, you can try it. Thank you very much. I'll just enjoy. Right. Oh, and I've got those for you. There's about 24 there, so they should last you through the winter.
How many should I take, Doctor?
Oh, no, you don't take them. No, they're extra fly buttons. You never know, do you? Right. Mind your head on the way out, won't you? Yes. Now, how's he getting on, nurse?
A quarter of licorice, all sorts, please.
Quarter of licorice, all sorts, certainly, Mrs. B. Always glad to oblige you at any time. There we are. That's it. Oh, my goodness. That's it. And one for luck. Now then, I'm afraid we haven't got any smaller bags in this. I hope there's... There we go. Lovely. Oh.
How much, Doctor?
Pardon?
How much would that
Well,
be?
whatever you've got in your hand, if you're in that... Can you read that all right? Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Mind your head on the way out, won't you? Yeah, that's it. Right, who's next? Oh, you over here.
Yes,
Come along,
it's
my
not-
dear.
Oh, no, it's the arm,
it's-
Doctor,
oh,
it's
sorry.
the arm.
it's the arm, yes.
Look, I think we're both wasting each other's time here.
You think so?
Yes, I haven't... I must be honest with you. I haven't come to see you about my arm.
Ah, now you're talking. Pull up a bent one. Sit down.
Yes, I want a new car.
Oh, that's more like it. Nurse, would you come in, please? Was it the Alvis in the window you were interested
That's
in?
the one I am.
Would you show Mr. Thompson the Alvis in the window, please, nurse?
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you.
This
Oh,
way.
don't bother to mind your head on the way out. Oh, now, ladies, how are you getting on in here? Come on, Bella, are you done yet, dear?
Last month on this programme, we dealt with the Reverend W.A. Spooner of New College, Oxford, initiator of the Spoonerism, the man who once said to his congregation, "Now let us preel and neigh and confess the dongs we have run." The success of our profile on Spooner has led to a new West End musical which closed last week in rehearsal. Here then is an excerpt from the show.
What a doubly lay it is. Oh, it does feel up to be good in the morning. Where is my lovely wife? Millicent! She surely can't be Bill instead. Still in bed. Oh, I forgot. She's gone to have her pig worm. Wig worm. But she should be back by now. Millicent!
Did you call, William?
Ah, good milling, Millicent. Happy anniversary, dear.
Oh, Nuit d'Amour number 5. Oh, thank you, William.
I knew you needed a scent of bot. A bottle of bent. Perfume.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yes.
And are you still taking me out tonight?
Sweetenly, my cert. I want you to go away and put on your hideous little prat. I have reserved our usual nosy little cook and ordered your favourite meal, chalk pops and dotted spick.
Oh, wonderful. Ah, but if only our place was still open. The restaurant you took me to the day we met. Oh, William. I still remember that table for two, where close together we'd sit in that bohemian cafe we knew.
Somewhere in Notting Hill, git.
I still remember how sweetly you'd slurp.
It was delectable mock-soodle turp.
Prunes were my favourite course.
Mine was roast horse and beef radish sauce.
Glances at each other we stole, hating to miss a glimpse.
Over the chackin' kisserole and the shrotted pimps.
I still remember that melon with ham.
Followed, of course, by roast ladle of Sam. We haven't changed since 1882. I'm still your Bill.
I'm still your Millie Sue. My Bill.
My silly moo.
Oh, William, I forgot. There's a gentleman waiting to see you, a Mr. Armstrong. He says you haven't filled in your census form. I'll send him in. Mr. Armstrong?
Good morning, Dr. Spooner. My name is Mr. Armstrong.
How do you are, Mr. Dewstrong?
Armstrong.
Nevertheless, I'm demeted to like you. My wife has just gone away to make us a nice tot of pea.
I didn't come here to drink tea, I'm afraid. No, I came to see you about the census.
Oh, all right. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Oh, I did that one right. I'm sorry. Don't get your twisters in a nick. What do you want?
Well, I want to know, for example, besides yourself and your wife, if there are any other people domiciled or resident in this domicile.
Well, I have a university colleague staying with me who is writing a thesis on songs of the Wild West entitled Fire Near Folk Music. Would you like to hear one?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, then show yourself. It was round-up time at Cherokee Landing, and the cows were randy for bedding, ready for branding. I was playing cards with Slim and watching his moves, when I thought I heard the distant hounding of hooves. Overcome with fear, I couldn't quite stifle. Just for safety's sake, I picked up my rusty trifle. Well, in galloped a gorgeous gal in spangles and crystals, threateningly brandishing her Bristol.
Brandishing Bristols? Pounding hooves? Really, Dr. Spooner, this is letting us go where? Going us netwhere?
Getting us nowhere, is that what you're saying to Trey? Well, what do you wish to know?
Well, I wish to know complete details of your family, where you were born, your earnings, and so forth. If you will dictate them to me, I will copy them all on a little bit of paper.
Very well. Well, I was scorned in Botland, and my wife was worn in Bales. I have one dun and two sorters. That's one female and two fails. Domestically, we're overdaft and postly undergrade. There's Harry, she's the mousekeeper, and Moosey, she's the lady.
Forgive me for asking, but could you take it slower, please? It's not that I am doubting a Guinnester of mod. It's just that my ears haven't quite become accustomed to the manner of your speaking, and it sounds a little sod.
Well, there's Harry, he's the gardener.
There's Gary, he's the hardener.
And Colin, he's the boot boy.
And Bolin does the coots.
There's Melanie, the tweeny maid.
Young Edie Tween, the lemonade.
And Bertie is my doggy.
Ah, little dirty Bob.
My mother comes from Britain, my father comes from Turkey.
So, your mother, she is Titish, and your father, he's a Burke. And you'll be very glad to see that concludes the inventory. I think that you'll admit that it's a lovely wob of jerk.
Wob of jerk? Wob of jerk, Mr. Dewstrong? Your words are not making sense.
Not making sense? Poppy dash and baldercock. Really, I've never heard anything so relifeless in all my dick. I must ask you to leave my house at once.
I'm going, don't worry.
Or heave it, if you prefer.
Heave your louse?
Yes,
I
indeed.
shall certainly heave your louse.
Yes.
If you don't want the line, I'll have it. Wonderful thing is. I shall heave your louse.
Yes.
This is a nightmare, I tell you. My hound is going red in circles.
Not making sense. Oh, how bare he, the dastard.
Has he gone?
Has he gone? Good gracious me, has he gone? Of course. As from now on, I am house of this headhold.
But Mr.
No
Armstrong!
buts, Mrs. Spooner. I am not as confused as I seem. Now, look, from now on, and you can go up these clothes and take your stairs off straight away. And talking of stairs, we'll stair this up for a tart. The curtain now is fallen and our little throwy shoe, and now at last the time has come to dish you all a woo.
So it's Toodlepip
Ta-ra!
A crappy Christmas to you all. From the mister.
and the mattress.
And the rest of
Well, that's all for this week. Next week, we'll discuss assistant headmasters who pose in school photographs and ask, should they stand by their principals?
And we'll be looking at nudists and asking, can they show us a thing or two?
And finally, a late news flash. We've just heard that Raquel Welch has been signed to play Quasimodo in the new film entitled The Hunch Front of Notre Dame.
And now it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.